Number 17, Alabama at number 5, Georgia. The Dogs are a 2.5-point favorite. I know there's sickos on here that only want betting lines. I'm taking the Dogs. This game was crazy last year in Tuscaloosa. It was the Ryan Williams breakout game. It was, by the way, did you know Ryan Williams was 17? We know. Best thing that happened this year is that Malachi Tony turned 18. I can't deal with he's 17. We know. The thing for Georgia in this game is Gunnar Stockton bailed you out with an absolute heroic performance against Tennessee. The dude is a gamer. The dude plays big. He stepped up when you needed him to in one of the toughest environments in all of college football. And he did it time and time again. Do not get in the habit of living that way. I like Gunnar Stockton. I learned my lesson. He can sling it. He can cut it loose. He can live for the moment. What do they call it? Living the La Vita Loca? Yeah, he can do a little bit of that. But, it's okay to let him be Clark Kent. It's okay to play Georgia defense. It's okay to lean on that run game. You got some dogs in the backfield. You got some dogs up front. Drew Bobo's playing well. Juan Gaston hopefully coming back. Right tackle, got to figure out. Monroe Freeling. God, if I don't get this kid's name. Left guard. Escapes me every gosh darn time. Micah Morris. How do I forget that? Micah Morris is playing really well. Credit to him. But here's the thing, if you're Georgia, don't make a habit being like, all right, Gunner, we need you. 4th and 6, we need you. 3rd and 7, we need you. I can take that here and there. But to go live in this world where you got to score 44 points in a Mike Bobo offense, no disrespect, that's a lot to ask of your offense. And Georgia has what you need from a talent standpoint to be able to establish the point of attack in the ground game. They got to get back to that, and they got to get back to getting their tight ends involved, man. They're way too talented. Oscar Delp, Lawson Lucky, especially in the middle of the field. Quarterback's best friend. It was a lot of Zachariah Branch, especially in the screen game. A lot of Colby Young. Here's the thing, though. If you're Georgia, there's no Ty Redmond on the other side of the field. Ty Redmond, freshman corner for the Volunteers. They absolutely abused him. Georgia needed a big play in the run game. They ran that way. They needed a big play in the quick game. They threw a screen that way. They needed a big play in the vertical passing game. They threw that way. London Humphreys, multiple times. Alabama's got Damani Jackson and Xavier Brown. Dudes. Legit height, weight, speed corners that have been there, done that, and showed their teeth against you last year. So to me, this is about establishing the line of scrimmage where if you looked at Alabama and the way they played against Florida State, that's where the game was really, the will was taken, the soul was taken out of the Crimson Tide in that front seven. Lawson, Jefferson, all left a lot to be desired. They have bounced back since then. We'll talk about that in a minute. But that was only a few short weeks ago, is my point. So if you're Kirby Smart, you just put up 44 points in overtime on the road. A win is a win. You want to get back to doing what you do well, and that's playing complementary football, time of possession, owning the clock, and letting your quarterback step up when you need him to. Not all the time. Alabama defensively, it's about stopping the run and putting this game back on the shoulder of Gunnar Stockton. If you're a Georgia fan, you're saying, well, I just saw my guy ball out. What I'm saying is I just don't know how many times that's going to be a legitimate option for Georgia. Maybe he does it again, and this guy just ends up winning the Heisman. I'm an idiot. Maybe all those things can be true. But if I'm Alabama, Kane Womack, I'm committed to stopping the run because from a talent on talent standpoint, the way that we're lined up and match up in the secondary, I actually like open field tackling, impetus for Alabama. But speed and space, being able to do some of the things that Tennessee didn't last week, I'm good with that. Flip the script. Alabama offensively. Ryan Grubb, offensive coordinator. Ty Simpson starting to find his groove. Play action, intermediate passing game. Biggest question mark I have for Georgia. What's different than a year ago about how you're going to defend Ryan Williams? And you had Malachi Starks, a first-round pick on that field. You had no answers for that guy. And Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb smartly are utilizing him out of the slot. Wisconsin didn't have an answer. It's Wisconsin. I hate saying that, but that's the reality. And this guy has gotten back to Ryan Williams' style of football in the last couple weeks. Big play, explosive, elusive. So slippery as a route runner. And if you're Georgia, you have to contain that because you didn't have an answer for that a week ago with Chris Brazzell. Daniel Harris couldn't guard him. You rotated between Dalen Everett and Ellis Robinson, and you still got Jeremy Bernard, and you still got Isaiah Orton. This is a Sunday game, but it's a matchup game. And if you're Alabama, can you run the ball? Or are you going to have to throw Ty Simpson 50 times? Alabama ran for less than 100 against Wisconsin. They got whatever they want in the passing game. I get that. It's such a cliche thing to say. Who wins the point of attack? That's why people say it. So Georgia, 2.5-point favorite at home against Alabama. It's going to be an awesome environment at night in Athens. And with Alabama, here's the deal. I actually think they're playing better ball. They're playing faster. They're trusting it. They're trusting their coaching. I think Alabama's going to get it turned around. I just think the slip-up week 1 against Florida State is really unfortunate timing. Now you got to go on the road to Athens. I mean, that's tough, right? That's that margin of error thing we kind of talk about. And the thing with Alabama is these games I almost feel more comfortable in because I know the guys are naturally up for them. Like the motivation meets execution has been an issue. This game last year, that was no question. High energy, high execution, gave up a lot of points, both sides. But there's a natural staying power to this game in that locker room that they don't need Kalen DeBoer or Nick Saban or anybody else to tell them the importance of playing a Georgia Bulldog team for 60 minutes because they know it's going to be an absolute dogfight.